What's your relationship to Lil Lonnie?
Well, Lil Lonnie is my cousin, and we grew up together. We grew up together. We played around and had fun at a young age, and then I eventually ended up moving to Atlanta later on in life. But when I went back home this summer, we had a talk, and I was actually at my stepdad uncle's house, and we was in the hood or whatever, just chopping it up, talking. My uncle had like cameras, and it was like a little trap house or whatever. So we was just chilling and giving each other advice, and he was just telling me, keep going, don't, just keep going, don't stop. I just don't understand why good people get taken away so quick, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a good person. Like he spoke positive all the time. And, when that situation happened, it affected me because I just felt like, well, dang, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't out here just talking crazy or nothing, but yet he still got taken out. So I had to deal with that, and it was tough. It hit me while I was at work. You know what I'm saying? I was working, and then it started bothering me, and I just really didn't know how to handle it at the time. But yeah.
Shocked.
Most definitely.
Now, did you guys ever work on music together?
No, we didn't work on music.
Okay.
Because it was, honestly, that's one thing that I wish I should have did. Just mention it. But I'm such a good person. It's kind of like when I was around him, I just rather talk to him and let it be natural. Let me, this is my family, so I'm just gonna talk to him about everything. Let's just, what's going on, man? What's up with, so and so? What you got going on? You gonna hit up this party later, or just certain stuff. And I never mentioned the music to him, and I'm kind of. It affected me when he left because I just felt like, man, I wish I had a chance to do a song with him. But everything's happened for a reason, and I just wish he was here. But
even though you didn't really discuss music, did he know you were involved with music or had your own career going on?
Yeah, he knew I made music.
Okay. It was just never talked about. Because it might have been awkward to talk about it or forced?
Absolutely. I always felt like that. Like, I wanted him to know that I was talking to him. I was with him naturally. I wasn't around him because of his success or where he was about to go. I'd rather just, let me just talk to you on cousin to cousin, family. That's all, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
More of a genuine relationship or authentic relationship, not like you're trying to seek a favor out or you're just trying to talk to him to get some sort of business done.
Absolutely.
Or cloud up, I should say.
Facts.
So it was never talked. But did family members ever say to him or you, or maybe when you guys were just kicking it, like, y'all should do some music together? What's up?
Yeah, actually, my stepdad did. He'll just mention it to him when he's around him. Yeah, yeah, I keep telling you, you and your cousin should make music or whatever. And he was the type, he'll do it, but if I didn't come up to him, if I didn't walk up to him and say that, then he wouldn't say nothing. And I'd rather I'd rather have kept it like that anyway. Just let it be natural,
Or maybe you were waiting in your career to get a little higher or cloud up a little more on your own to be almost the same amount of clout he had already or matching it before.
I always had that mindset of no handouts, do it on your own. That's why I'm blessed to be in this situation. I always felt like, it's crazy because I always said, since when I was in high school in 9th grade, I said one day I'm gonna be in an interview. you know, one day I'm going to be able to express myself without having to hear other people, you know what I'm saying? Other people screaming back at me. You know, it feels good to actually be able to, you know, express yourself without having to hear negativity, you know. And it happened.
But if he offered, you would take it?
If he offered to do a song with me, absolutely.
Now, how were you notified about his passing?
Well, my mom came in and she came downstairs. I was actually laying down and just watching like interviews and stuff, you know, or something dealing with music. And I was just laying down. She came down there and she was just like, "Jay, guess what?" And I was like, "What?" And she was just like, "Lonnie passed." And then I got on the phone with my stepdad. He was just crying, you know. At that point, I just had to lift him up, you know, let him know that, you know, it's gonna be all right. Cause it was literally, he was just talking about Lenny, you know, saying how, yeah, you know, Jay, he's finna go far, man. He's there now, you know what I'm saying? He's so close, like, and he's about to hit that point, but, you know, and it happened. So I just had to lift him up, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to deaths and I'm used to a lot of bad things happening. So I just have to stay strong-minded, you know, as possible and just, you know, keep going.
Now, when your mom said he passed, did she say why?
She didn't say why yet at that time, but once we got more information, she told me, you know, everything that happened.
Initially, when you got the news he passed, though, did you think it was like a car accident or something, or did you think this could have been a possible murder?
Honestly, yes, because, you know, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, so I know where I'm from. It's rare to hear that, you know, somebody got in a car accident. Just being honest, you know what I'm saying? It's either somebody got shot, got robbed, something like that. You know, I just feel like it's too much. It was a lot of envy, you know, a lot of people hating on him, a lot of people that was upset with him for whatever reason, or just didn't like him. Period. They didn't even know him. They just didn't like him because he made it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's all right.
How did you cope with it?
Honestly, I just prayed about it, you know, and I just felt like maybe, you know, this can be a way, you know, in a way of him saying, you know, it's your time. You know, not saying that shouldn't have happened, but maybe it's like, okay, it's your time, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what you can do. Let's see what you about. You know, show these people what you about. You know, don't stop being quiet. You know, it's time to speak up. It's time to make great music, you know, be great.
Didn't see a counselor or therapy or anything for it?
No, I didn't.
You feel like you need it, or?
I don't need it. You know, it's more of just dealing with it, you know, just staying prayed up. That's it. You know, believing.
Did you attend the funeral?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
I should have, but I was, you know, up here in Atlanta at the time, and my family, my mom, was dealing with things, you know, depression, sick, so I had to, you know, help her out. But I called down there, check on the family, called my stepdad, made sure everything was all right.
What do you miss the most about him?
His laugh, him talking positive all the time, you know, because that's what I'm about. You know, being positive no matter what, you know, no matter what you're going through. Because I know it's a lot of us out there that's going through a lot. But, you know, I'm just here to tell you, you know, stay positive. You know, you can do it no matter what.
Do you have a favorite memory of him?
Honestly, my favorite moment, you know, favorite memory was when we sat down and talked. Because I feel like that was like Man, life's crazy. It was just like, that was like it was his last time talking to me. So it was genuine, and we were just talking about a lot of things, life, and how I need to keep going. So I think that was the best, for sure.
Give me some advice. Let's say there's somebody watching this that has to deal with the death of a loved one themselves, like a cousin or something of that nature. Maybe not immediate family, but extended family. Any advice there? I mean, circumstances could be different for everybody, but any general advice for somebody going through those motions?
I would just say, stay prayed up and believe. Don't give up. Just this is nothing but another obstacle that you have to get over. No matter what it is, because you're gonna get hit with a lot of things hard. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to. I got this. That's why I just feel like when it comes to the youth, we need to have that confidence, and we need to have that strong-minded mentality. Just keep going and don't give up. You know what I'm saying? You're a star at the end of the day. I always feel like you're a star, and you're gonna be somebody, and you're gonna get somewhere. I always feel like that.
Has his death changed the direction of your music at all?
Not really, because my music my music is turned. It's more like, I'm in the Playboy Cardi, the Uzi, who else? I'm in that lane. So it's more of like turned music than me, saying certain things or whatever.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know, sometimes people will change something maybe about their music or how they go about the music business, maybe. I don't know.
Well, certain moves, you know what I'm saying, I have to, you got to be careful when you out here, you know what I'm saying, especially making music, or basically, if you hitting your peak and you're about to be somewhere, you know what I'm saying, you should always be aware of where you're at. Don't think you God. Don't think you just, nothing can touch you, or, everybody just love you. Because that's not the real world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? It's people out here that you have never met in your life, but they just don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. Whether you at a gas station, whether you at home, whether you walking down the street, whether you just did something good for somebody and something bad happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. But, just you know what I'm saying? Just believe in the higher power and stay positive. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do.
You were born and raised in Jackson.
Yes.
And how old were you when you moved to Atlanta?
When I moved to Atlanta, I was 15.
Okay. That's something you did on your own, or you tried to get your parents to make that move, or was it something that was beyond your control?
Parents, for sure. We ended up moving up here. And I feel like I'm glad we moved to Atlanta because it changed me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't, when I was in Mississippi, I really didn't know anything else. I didn't know that you could make it, or that you can actually be somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying people in Jackson, Mississippi can't be anybody, or, you know what I mean? But I didn't have that vision of being a star or just being somebody, you know what I'm saying? When I was back home, it was just more of game banking, you know what I'm saying, rolling dice, the same hood story. That's it, really. So when I moved up here, and I just realized that, my brothers, Blueface, Mondo, Bloodshed Zion, my brothers, when I seen them, and I realized they was on the same thing that I'm on, being positive and making music and designing and fashion and clothes. When I realized they was on the same thing I'm on, I loved it. I eventually just fell in love with it. I was like, I love how these people, they stick together, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's why we got that brotherhood, so,
Now, I don't know Lil Lonnie's situation or his living situation, living conditions, why he was living in Jackson at the time. But from the outside looking in, or what you know of him and that sort of thing, do you think he stayed in Jackson too long? Do you think he should have moved to another city like in Atlanta, maybe in LA, or?
I mean, I feel like it can, a lot of people say, yeah, you should move out of somewhere, but it's hard being the person that made it, where is other people that feel like, you know, they couldn't make it or whatever. So being a person that made it, it's like, let me show them that they can make it out too. But I can't leave them, you know what I'm saying? I have to support them. So it's hard making it in this business because it's like, I have to, if I leave these people, they're not gonna treat me the same. They're just gonna look at me, oh, he big time. He just made it. He don't even come visit. So I think artists have a hard time with leaving their state because it's like, that's where you grew up, you know what I'm saying? That's basically all you know. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of rappers that say, I come back to the block, you know, to visit or, you know, hang around. You know, it's hard. That's where they came up. But, you know, I would tell them, I wouldn't necessarily say move out of the state. I would just say, you know, be more cautious, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, when it comes down to it in this industry, you have a business, you know, you got a brand. You got to be careful. You got to make smart moves. Don't put yourself in a bad position, you know what I'm saying?
Have you made a song about him yet?
Not yet, but for sure it's coming.